Congratulations, Brittany! My baby and I want to say, we're so happy you're free. And that's all you're going to see from her, probably. Oh my God, guys, I know I'm late to the party, but better late than never, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about this because it's an amazing time. She's finally free from her horrendous conservatorship. And, I'm ready for Brittany to speak her truth. I'm ready for her to heal because I think that in speaking her truth and what really happened will help her do that. It will be very cathartic because it wasn't just an amassing of judges and lawyers. It was her family that ultimately did this to her. And I think that is the most disturbing part. And they kept doing it by saying, oh, we're protecting her. Well, no, you weren't. You were protecting yourselves, and you got away with it for a long time, which is really disturbing. So I also hope that this case will help the system, help people to really look at the system where conservatorships are involved, are concerned, because they clearly could use some improvement, let's be honest. And, I've never liked her dad. And from what I understand, this is a pattern in their family. Her grandmother had essentially the same thing done to her by giving her lithium, basically making her think she was crazy. She killed herself, which evidence would suggest maybe that's not what happened, that somebody took her life. It's very disturbing. And after watching that disgusting interview with her brother, I have to say this is definitely a pattern in her family from what I noticed. So I am so proud of Brittany for persevering, and the very fact that she can still hold on to her sanity through everything that she's been through is really a testament to how strong she is and how not crazy she is. So I think it's amazing that the fan base was able to really help this woman get out of this horrendous thing, because it shows the power of people coming together for a common cause. And I just think it's amazing that they were able to really help her out here. And just everyone finally talking about it, not listening to her dad and not believing his garbage, because he was a freaking alcoholic. He is an alcoholic. And the fact that any judge would give a man like that power over that kind of money. And by the way, what happened to her money? She should have way more than she does, and it's disgusting that she doesn't. So to the naysayers that are like, oh, she was crazy, let me tell you something, okay? The media has a very good way of a very good habit or ability to frame people in a certain way, however they want you to see them. And it's not just with celebrities. They do this in every kind of case out there, truthfully. And they framed her at a really bad time in her life when she was going through it. And I can't imagine going through a divorce and having postpartum and having the paparazzi just attack you practically every time you go out of your house. I can't imagine what I would do. And I think a lot of people can't really fully put themselves in that position. So it's like, yeah, she was going through it, but guess what? What they did to her was not what she needed. Okay, she had her children taken away from her practically. Her life, every decision. She couldn't vote, she couldn't drive, she couldn't go down to the street for a freaking hamburger, I can't imagine that, guys. So I am so proud of her for coming through this. I am proud of the fan base. I am excited to see what she's going to do with her newfound freedom, because if anybody deserves it, that woman certainly does. And if you don't want to go and tour anymore, I totally get it, but at the same time, if you did, I think your next album and tour should be called Liberation, because let's face it, you are liberated. But I am just so happy that this has happened, that this has transpired. I've never really known much about her mom. I've always been kind of questionable about her mom, but her dad never liked him. Her brother, ugh. And I think it's interesting that the person that we're hearing the most from or being the most vocal is Jamie Lynn, because let's face it, I feel like Jamie Lynn really doesn't have fame without her sister, because it seems like every time she is mentioning something even about herself, she finds a way to bring her sister into it. And that's interesting because, she's talking about how her parents, wanted her to abort her baby when she was 16. Well, guess what? Most parents aren't thrilled when their 16-year-old gets pregnant. Not saying that that's okay on how they acted, but I would think that I feel like if Jamie Lynn, going through this, you would think having that traumatizing situation would make her want to support her sister more. That she would have some kind of understanding. And the fact that she didn't kind of makes me question how traumatized she might have been. I'm not saying she wasn't. I'm just saying it's kind of interesting because usually you can empathize with someone when you've gone through it. So it's like, I don't know. It just makes me question the whole thing because I'm like, seriously, guys. I mean, I feel like Jamie Lynn is probably being canceled more than likely. I think it's interesting that she's changed the name of her book. And I find it sad that she can't get behind her sister, that she couldn't. And because, through what she's been through, you'd think she'd be able to. But the fact that her family did this to her, I so just want Brittany to be happy. I want her to live her life exactly the way she wants to. So raise a glass with me. My case, a big glass, to Brit and her freedom. Organic lemonade and vodka. It's a good combo. So yes, Brit, we love you and live your life, girl. You deserve it. I hope you enjoyed, guys. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. Until next time.